Welcome everyone, join us today as we take a journey into the tumultuous world of Herman Brood, one of the Netherlands' most iconic and rebellious artists known for his explosive music, unique style, and unapologetic lifestyle. So let's dive in. Herman Brood, born the 5th of November 1946 in Zwolle, Netherlands. He was zodiac sign Scorpio. After attending primary school, Herman moved on to HBS at Baggenizingel in Zwolle. While his first 2 years were uneventful, things took a turn in the third year. Despite his intelligence, Herman struggled to keep up and resented the restrictive environment. Frequently, he would sneak out of the classroom window, yearning for freedom. His true passion was the piano, where he spent hours practicing, mastering complex chords. He received his first piano lesson at 12 in 1959, with the instrument set up in the living room next to his father's machine factory. Herman often practiced late into the night, in the dark, accompanied by the howling of his dog Pat. Alongside music, he enjoyed drawing and would often retreat to a quiet room above the factory's warehouse to sketch in solitude. In 1964, Herman enrolled in the Art Academy in Arnhem and formed the band The Moans. The group frequently performed for American soldiers in West Germany, where Herman was introduced to pills to stay awake, marking the start of his lifelong battle with addiction. In 1967, he joined QB and the Blizzards, and during this time, he had a brief relationship with Miss Groningen, Tekkie Boosink. Their son Marcel was born on the 24th of May 1968. However, when the record label discovered his drug use, Herman was expelled from the band. Over the following years, he faced legal issues, including jail time for dealing drugs, and pursued short-term music gigs. He briefly played with North Holland Stud and recorded an album with Jan Akkerman under the name Flash and Dance Band. After a stint with the band Vitesse, which produced a debut album in 1975, he left once again. Herman later reunited with QB and the Blizzards for a short period, but in 1976, he left for good and launched his own band, Herman Brood and his Wild Romance. Collaborating with photographer Anton Corbijn, Herman Brood and his Wild Romance lineup included Ferdy Carmelk on guitar, Gerrit Veen on bass, Peter Walrecht on drums, and Ellen Pybes and Ria Riders on vocals. The group initially performed in clubs and bars, mainly in Groningen. In 1977, they released their debut album, Street, and quickly gained attention across the Netherlands. Despite Herman's growing drug habit, the band is best remembered for their 1978 album Shpritsz, featuring iconic tracks like Dope Sucks, Rock and Roll Junkie, and their first hit single, Saturday Night. Over the years, the band saw several lineup changes, with notable members including Freddie Cavalli on bass, Danny Ladermacher later replaced by David Hollistel on guitar, and Cees Meerman on drums, while saxophonist Bertus Borges was a frequent collaborator. Herman's candid remarks about sex and drug use often made headlines, drawing even more public attention than his music. He had a relationship with German singer Nina Hagen, and they both appeared in the 1979 film, Cha Cha. It is believed that Hagen's song, Herman Hieß Er, translated, Herman was his name, from her Unbehagen album, was inspired by Herman, depicting a drug addict. Herman embraced the spotlight, becoming the Netherlands' most notorious hard drug user. Reflecting on his fame, he once said, "It's common for artists to use drugs, but not for them to talk about it. I was worried my popularity might encourage others to start using." In the summer of 1979, Herman attempted to break into the American market with backing from Ariola's US division, which was venturing into rock music. Building on the success of Shpritsz, his band toured as an opening act for the Kinks and the Cars, performing in major venues. They also headlined shows at New York's Bottom Line and Los Angeles' Roxy. A re-recorded version of Saturday Night reached number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100, but the breakthrough he hoped for never came. Upon his return to the Netherlands in October 1979, his band began to disband, and his popularity waned. While album Go Nuts, recorded in the US, and the film Cha Cha, premiering in December 1979, both received poor reviews, Go Nuts produced 3 Dutch hit singles, and the Cha Cha soundtrack went platinum. His 1980 album Wait a Minute had moderate success, but subsequent albums Modern Times Revive in 1981, and Frisch and Sympathies in 1982 failed to chart. Herman continued recording through the 1980s, scoring a few hits, including the top 10 single, Als Je Wint, with Henny Vrienden, and the reggae track, Tattoo Song. However, he increasingly focused on his artwork. In 1985, he married Zandra Jansen, with whom he had 2 children, Lola in 1985, and Holly in 1994, and an adopted daughter, Brenda, in 1979. Holly later performed in Kinderen voor Kinderen in 2006, and Kinderen zingen met sterren in 2008, and appeared in the musical Sisk de Rat. Toward the end of the 80s, Herman made a bit of a comeback with Yada Yada in 1988, produced by George Kooijmans, and toured Germany with a revamped Wild Romance, featuring the return of Danny Lademacher. In 1990, he won the BV Pop Race, a prestigious Dutch music award, and recorded Freeze, with Clarence Clemens of the E Street Band and accordionist Flaco Jimenez. A live best-of album, Saturday Night Live, was released in 1992. After his music career, Herman transitioned to painting and became a prominent figure in Amsterdam's art scene. His work, often described as pop art, was characterized by vibrant, graffiti-inspired screen prints. He gained commercial success and became well known for creating public murals in and around Amsterdam. Herman remained in the spotlight through media appearances and collaborations on biographical films, including 1994's Rock and Roll Junkie. In 1996, his 50th birthday was marked by a celebratory concert at Amsterdam's Paradiso and the release of an album featuring duets. In the final period of his life, Herman made an effort to cut back on his drug use, limiting it to once a day and continuing to drink alcohol. However, sadly on July 11, 2001, struggling with the failure of his rehabilitation efforts and dealing with severe health issues that left him with only months to live, he tragically ended his life by jumping from the roof of the Amsterdam Hilton Hotel at the age of 54. He left a note behind that read, "I've had enough. Maybe I'll see you all again someday. Have a good party." Herman's cremation, widely covered by the national media, took place 5 days after his death. Beforehand, his coffin was driven from the Hilton Hotel to Paradiso in Amsterdam, where thousands lined the streets to pay their respects. A tribute concert was held at Paradiso, featuring performances by Hans Dulfer, André Hazes, and Jules Deelder. The Dutch music magazine Muziekkrant Oor dedicated an entire issue to him. His ashes were later interred at Zorgvlied Cemetery. Shortly after his passing, Herman's rendition of Song My Way topped the Dutch singles charts for 3 weeks, and the value of his artwork soared. And there you have it. As one of the Netherlands' most iconic and rebellious artists, Herman Brood's legacy as a groundbreaking musician continues to inspire, even after his tragic passing. His bold spirit and fearless approach to life and art remain a testament to his undeniable influence. Thank you for watching this tribute to a true Dutch rock legend. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on iconic musicians. Take care and bye for now.